Hi friends, my name's Molly, this is MRK Illustrations, and if you haven't met me yet, I'm an artist who loves to experiment with all different mediums of art. Today we are going to be doing a painting for Tammy. She is here on YouTube as Uncomfy, and I absolutely love her artwork and love her YouTube channel. She has inspired me so much to start this YouTube actually, because I didn't know where to start. And I felt like, oh well, I don't know if I should, I'm nervous about it might not work out, I might not continue to do it, and what if people just don't watch? But watching her old videos and watching how far she has come has really inspired me, and I just cross my fingers that someday maybe I can be a full-time artist. So I'm going to make that piece of artwork for her today because she has just been such an inspiration to me. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Alrighty, so first things first was to get some inspo from her Instagram, and I knew that I wanted to do a painting of Maxine for her, but make it realism. My artwork is not cutesy, so when I was thinking of what to give her, I knew that my keychains wouldn't probably match her vibe. So I decided, well, I like to do realism paintings, so why not do a realism painting of her character, Maxine. I think Maxine is so cute, and I know it's kind of the identity of her brand. If you see that logo, you think of Tammy. So I decided to do that, and then I was also thinking of maybe adding in the little frog that she has in some of her clay artwork, but I did decide against this. I was very back and forth on whether I wanted the frogs and the lily pads, so I actually had the computer decide for me, because your girl can't make a decision. And it chose no frogs and no lilies, so I went with that, which I'm honestly really glad I did, because I think it made the design a little more simple and kept the focus on Maxine and the tangerine. Alrighty, so first things first, as I always do, I started off with a paint wash in the background. This is so that when you're painting things in the foreground, if there's a little bit of an area that you didn't paint on top of, you don't have that white canvas coming through. When I went to sketch, I realized that it was a little too wet still, so I did use a hairdryer to start drying it off, and then I went to sketch in the tangerine and Maxine. So before I get too far into this painting, I do want to mention I am using a reference photo for the background. I wasn't totally sure on how I wanted the background to look, especially because I didn't want Maxine to look like she was just floating in thin air. So instead, I looked up some reference photos and I landed on this painting by Rose Georgie that I really liked, and I liked what the background looked like. So I used this as the reference for the background. Also want to mention that it does look like Rose Georgie is selling that painting on her Etsy, so if you want to buy it, I would totally go and check out her Etsy. Alrighty, now that the background is done, it's time for the exciting part, and that means we are adding in the tangerine and Maxine. I'm so excited about this part. I was also very nervous because I didn't know how Maxine would look. I was like, alright, tangerine, I guess I can get that. It's a tangerine. Maxine? A goldfish? Girl, I don't know. But somehow I did it, so I'm really happy about that. And once I was done doing Maxine and the tangerine, of course, I decided to step back from the painting and take a look at it. That's what you should always do when you're doing a painting, is take a step back, look at it, decide, okay, this is what I think looks good, this is what I could change, and once you know that, then you can go in for those final touches. Okay, now that the painting is done, I am going to write a note to Tammy. I'm so excited to send this out, and I just want a little sweet, cute note to Tammy. However, it did end up becoming a really long note. But anyway, here is the final result. I am so happy with it, and I honestly impressed myself, and I'm not trying to be like, oh my goodness, look how good I am. But like, I haven't done this kind of style of painting before, so I am really happy about it. But let me stop blabbing and let's get to the post office to send this out to Tammy. Alright, so I just brought it into the post office and oh my god, that was so scary. And I'm on my lunch, so I'm like trying to rush back to work. And like, I'm so excited. I've never sent a package to somebody in the mail before to like, you know, to a YouTuber. So that's actually so crazy. I'm so excited, but I really hope it arrives. Also accidentally picked ground shipping instead of just normal shipping. So it was like $4 more for it to only arrive a day sooner, but like, I guess it's fine, because then it should arrive by Friday or Saturday. That's crazy, and that's like in time for me to post the YouTube video, which I'm talking to you guys about right now. Okay, anyway, I gotta get to work. I gotta go. I'm like so late. Alrighty, so it does say that it arrived and it is available for pickup. I'm not totally sure when she picks things up, so it's just kind of a waiting game, so I'm going to leave you guys on a cliffhanger. I'm left on a cliffhanger, but if you want to know when it gets picked up, definitely subscribe so that you'll get to see the shorts on when I know that it's picked up. Hi friends! Thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. I know it's down there, I just can't reach it, so like if you want to do the favor for me, no pressure, but I'd love if you hit it. If I could, I would. I'd just like jump through the screen and, you know, hit it for you, but like I can't. So if you'd love to do a girl favor, I'd be so honored. Otherwise, I love ya. Hope you have a good day. Bye.